Hello fellow nomads. About 3 years ago, Ariane and I decided to renovate a 1976 vintage Airstream to travel across the country, to take our podcast on the road, and to see all of our national parks. Well, this week, this national park that we're in was really the goal. This was the catalyst of the beginning of our Nomadic Idea. And the work that we put into it and where we are now, we feel like we did it. And so this is our Nomadic Idea. We are in the Badlands National Park. So this week we are in the Buffalo Gap National Grasslands. This is the Bureau of Land Management that runs the grasslands, where there's abundant wildlife, including bison, bighorn sheep, prairie dogs, you name it, they have this wildlife here. Coyotes, and we are parked right off the cliff of the Buffalo Gap Grasslands and the Badlands National Park. This is free camping. There's RVs all out on the road, and this is called The Wall. Now, not to be confused with The Wall in South Dakota, which is literally 8 miles north of here. So I'm going to show you around. I'm going to tell you a little bit about what this area details, how to get here, how to survive, what boondocking gear you're going to need to stay out here. We're going to be out here for 7 days, and some of the videos that I watched on YouTube don't even explain anything what it's like to be out here. I'm going to try to cover that in this video for you guys. So if you think you want to come and spend 7 days on the wall, near wall, in the Badlands National Park, and wake up to beautiful sunrises and sunsets, this is the video to watch. So the first thing you need to know about boondocking on the wall, near wall, by the Badlands National Park is that, yes, this is free. You can come out here. We've been out here for 7 days. It's free. But the second thing you need to know is that you're not going to be here by yourself. No matter what other YouTube videos you watch, no matter what blog posts you read, not Instagram pictures you're going to see, there are a lot of other RVers here. Van lifers, RVers, car campers, they're all here. And it was surprising to us how crowded it was when we came in on Sunday, last Sunday. It was pretty crowded. Now during the week it does thin out, but there's still a lot of RVers here. So that's one thing you need to know right off the bat, that you are not going to be alone. You're not going to have the whole place to yourself. There's going to be other people here. But the people are really friendly. Everyone says hi to each other. Everyone helps out each other if they need help. So that's the beautiful part of boondocking here. The other thing you need to know is that, yeah, there's no water. There's nothing out here. You're not going to be able to, you're going to have survive out here for as long as you want to stay. Some people only spend the night. Some people spend longer than that. We've seen people here for as long as we've been here so far. That is completely up to you. The third thing you need to know, and this is kind of important, is that there's 2 entrances to get in here. Every research we did, every post we read, every YouTube video we watched said, this is how you get in, this is the entrance you go to get in. But that's not true. There are 2 entrances to get up in here. You'll pass the first one up on the way to the entrance by the radio towers. So don't worry about not being able to turn around. There's plenty of room to turn around the biggest rig that you can think of. You have plenty of room to turn around. There's also plenty of sites to get to. If you can't get a site next to the wall, just wait a day. Someone's going to move. You'll be able to grab that site. So don't worry about that. It is absolutely a beautiful, beautiful place to come and spend some time. Coyotes will wake you up in the morning. They usually put you to bed at night around 7 o'clock when the sun starts setting. We're here in September. The weather has been great. We haven't had any rain. Temperatures have varied everywhere from the high of 72 to the high of 93. Nights get kind of cool. They can dip all the way down to in the mid 50s to low of 37 degrees, which was our lowest night here so far. So be prepared for that. You can buy wood, you can buy some supplies in wall if you want a campfire, but right now there is extreme danger with fires, and so they don't want you to light any fires. Nobody out here has had a campfire at all. So you have to know that too. Other than that, there is so much to do out here. There's so much to see. You got to go into Wall, South Dakota. That's what we did yesterday, and we had a blast. So the history of Wall Drug is pretty cool. 1931, Ted and Dorothy Husted bought Wall Drug, and this was about the only gig in town, and they almost went out of business. It wasn't until the idea came up to give out free ice water to the ranchers and the locals who would come in ranching out of the Badlands that he was able to really turn the business around and make it into what it is today, and been 3 generations of family-owned business. Having a donut. How's your donut?
Oh, so good. I would love one.
So, is it a buffalo burger or a bison burger? The other thing you really need to know about the Badlands National Park is that it's one of the very few national parks, if not the only one, that when you want to go explore and you want to go backpacking, you don't even need a permit. You just go out there, find a spot, go backpacking. So we went to a place called Deer Haven. That is off the Kanata picnic area, where there's a little trail that takes you all the way to a water basin, which is the only water basin in the Badlands National Park, which means there's no water to get, but Deer Haven is an oasis in the desert. So we took some of our podcast listeners while we were doing a meet and greet here, and we went up to Deer Haven and we had a blast up there also. So while we were in the Badlands, we decided to take some of our podcast listeners up on a little one-night backpacking trip up to Deer Haven in the Badlands, which is kind of an oasis in the driest, most desolate part of the Badlands, and we're going to spend the night under the stars. So sometimes it's good to just get out of the RV and explore, and to sleep under the stars. And by the way, if you like seeing wildlife, then you'll probably get up and close and personal with the longhorn sheep that come right up to your camper and say hi and visit you, usually during the day. And if you really want to feel like a wildlife encounter, just take 240 into the Badlands National Park, where the bison are usually taking over the road, where you're going to have to kind of stop and wait for them. There's coyotes, there's, a ton of stuff, ton of wildlife out here. But the coolest thing that we were able to do is we were able to stop in a prairie dog farm, and we were able to feed the prairie dogs. That is so cute.
Come here! Hi! Hi! You want some nuts? Yeah?
Here goes that. Can you break that open for me?
So let me tell you first kind of how to get into the entrance, and then tell you about the second entrance that you can get into. So all the other YouTube videos and everything you read is going to tell you to go to the radio towers. You'll see a forest road, you turn left off of 240, and you go through a gate. Most of everything we read said you have to open the gate. That's not the case. There is no open or closed gate. The gate is open, you just drive through and you're good. You head up to the radio tower. It's kind of a bumpy road. It's okay. Everyone has gotten through fine. You shouldn't have to worry about that. You have to take it slow, obviously. You go all the way up. The road kind of turns to the right, and then you get to a fork in the road. It's not a big fork. It's not like you clearly know that there's a fork. It's just one road goes to the left, one road stays straight. That's the right side. If you take the fork to the left, you go to the left side. Now, what's the difference? The difference is the left side goes forever. You can keep going. You can just go and go and go and keep driving down that road until you find a spot. There are a lot more spots on the left side than there are on the right side. Yes, the right side has the higher elevation epic spots for sure, but those guys stay there forever. It's going to be hard to get a spot there. And if you're like me, you kind of want to be away from people, go to the left and just keep on going until you find a spot. That forest road, if you keep going and never get off of it, will take you to the second entrance. So yes, there are two entrances. You can also come in that way once you see where that entrance is. That entrance is probably about maybe a quarter of a mile to half a mile down the road from the first entrance. So you'll see it very clearly. Just stay to the left, take that road all the way down, and let me tell you, those are going to be your beautiful, scenic spots that you're going to want to go. We are to the left. We love our site. And if you're going to take an Instagram photograph and tell everybody you have this place by yourself, you want to go to the left. So let's talk about water. Water, right? If you're gonna take a shower every day, you're gonna go through water pretty quickly. So conserve your water. We have a 35-gallon fresh water tank in our Airstream. That's been plenty, but I also have, as I've shown you in other videos, I also have another 7 gallons that I can pump from the van into the Airstream for extra water. We also have a few water jugs that we brought, but we haven't really had to use them that much. Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna take showers every day, you're gonna have to go find water, that's for sure. But if you can manage maybe to take a shower, you know, after, you know, day 3 or even day 4, you're probably gonna be okay. It's a matter of how many dishes you're gonna do, what your lifestyle is. Ariane and I, we cooked outside, we wanted to enjoy the view. We just haven't had to use a lot of water. As far as generator and electricity goes, I've not had to run the air conditioner at all one time, so I've been able to save a lot of gasoline on my generator. We do run it a little bit in the morning time and a little bit at night, but we haven't had any kind of power issues with our solar. As you can see, there are no trees out here, so if you really want to come boondocking in the Badlands, in the Buffalo Gap grasslands, your solar is going to work just fine. So I think the most amazing thing that we were able to do in this whole week here was just kind of like be with our community and be with our friends. We're so grateful that our friends drove from all parts of the country to come and just hang out with us for a week. The other part of it is just hanging with your friends and hanging with people. And we had such a good time with that. And I think that's what really community is all about. And that's what our podcast has done for us anyway, has just really kind of brought us together. So we're going to go watch the sunset for like the 5th night in a row. And then I think we're going to have just a few libations. And I think we're just going to chill out and we're just going to enjoy each other's company and maybe do some cooking. But that's it. We really feel like we kind of accomplished our goal, and all the videos you've watched, everything that we've done in the beginning, it all kind of ended here. And we don't really feel our journey has even started yet. We feel our journey is starting today. So thank you guys for your support. We'll see you later. Bye.